Rajnikant, just a couple more questions on Rajnikant, and then I'm going to fan out into the other things as well, Mr. Gurumurthy. Rajnikant has a formidable following, huge, huge fan base. I can imagine how disappointed many of his fans, millions of his fans in Tamil Nadu must have been that he's not taking this big plunge. How is he managing that disappointment? Because he's a man who's known to keep in touch with his fans, address them, speak to them. Is he having to spend time now cajoling them and nursing their disappointment that he isn't taking a bigger political role?
Actually, he was one actor who, for the last 30 years, has politicized his fan club.
Yeah.
No other actor could do it after M.G. Ramachandran. So he had a politically vibrant following. It's not just a fan club. Many actors have fan clubs, but it has no meaning in politics. He had been interacting with him on a very different level, mentally, emotionally, intellectually, and in the sense in which popular appeal will make a person understand what he is. And so the expectation about him was very huge. But I can tell you one thing. I have never come across a person who disappointed such a vast following as Rajini did. The way the fan club understood him. There would have been revolt, there would have nothing. Because they understood that this man was a sincere man. One thing about Rajinikanth is that his sincerity and honesty were never doubted. In any other case, somebody had a personal agenda, and things like, he didn't want even to become a chief minister because of his own health and his own inclinations. And so the interaction between him and his followers was based on an understanding about the man as a man. So that enabled him to tide over the what could have been a crisis in any other case.
Given the size of that, I dislike the word vote bank, sir, because I believe that people, vote individually or maybe in smaller groups, but groups are a reality as far as India's electorate is concerned during elections. Given that this highly organized fan base of Rajinikanth no longer have Rajini to vote for as an option, who will benefit from this fan base? Will they all vote for different people? Or will it be someone who they perceive Rajinikanth is tacitly supporting? What happens to that fan base? Who benefits from that fan base?
Actually, Rajinikanth has left them without any guidance. So it would be like what they were doing earlier, except 1996, where he gave a call to support, and again in 1998. Afterwards, he had stopped giving them guidance. So, one generation of Rajinikanth's followers had no guidance at all from him. It is only the previous generation which had some kind of guidance from him. So, they will do only what they think is in the mind of the actor, but unless he says this is what you should do, they are not going to do what people think he can make them do. They will do what they would otherwise be doing.
The BJP has very vaunted ambitions in Tamil Nadu, sir. A great amount of energy being invested in the elections here in Tamil Nadu. You have yourself said that the field is open, but you have also very interestingly said that the BJP's growth here possibly cannot be organic, it needs to be extra organic. Now, we all know that the BJP has quite actively courted Rajinikanth himself. But can you explain to us how open the field is for a party like the BJP?
Actually, if you look at the Tamil Nadu political scene, it is only the DMK which sustains the ADMK. It is the ADMK which sustains the DMK. Because I have moved with both, I have worked with both, and I intensely study both. So if there is no DMK, probably there will be no ADMK. If there is no ADMK, there will be nobody to fight the DMK. You see, this whole shift, you have to go back to 1973 in the Dindigul election, where I had an interaction with Kamraj himself. You know, the only political party with which I was associated was the Congress. I was never part of the Jan Sangh or the BJP. Because in Tamil Nadu, any nationalist had only one orientation, that was the Congress. So I used to be very close to him as a student leader. I told him that M.G. Ramachandran has broken away from the DMK. It is the right opportunity for the Congress to accept him because MGR himself had declared that he would look to the Kamaraj for guidance. He had not decided to form the party at that time. Kamaraj at that time said both are of the same, the Ure Kuttai Urina Mattai, that kind of famous statement he made. But when I told him, he said, no, this will not work because we have to divide both and then we have to win. We have 38% votes. Even if M.G. Ramachandran decides to take away 10% votes, we will be the number one. But I told him, very large part of the Congress votes, 30%, 40%, 50%, I do not know, they are anti-DMK votes. If that shifts to M.G. Ramachandran, because he may be emerged as capable of defeating the DMK, Congress will slump. That's precisely what happened. The nationalist vote shifted to the ADMK because of M.G. Ramachandran, and it has not got back to the nationalist parties even today, except partly in 1989, when Mupnar was promoted as the chief ministerial candidate by the joint effort of Rajiv Gandhi and Cho Ramaswamy. In fact, I had a difference with Cho Ramaswamy at that time. So, the Congress never really asserted its position. That would have been the right occasion for Congress to move on, but they again aligned with Jayalalitha, again they got subsumed. So, Tamil Nadu is basically anti-DMK. Unfortunately, that anti-DMK platform, sentiment, emotion, intellectualism is represented only by the ADMK. The Congress has not been able to project, and Congress is now virtually over. If there are 10 leaders, there are 10 groups in the Congress. So the BJP has an opportunity. And contrary to the popular impression that there is a certain sentiment against the Hindu values, if there is any state which is most Hinduized in the country, it is only Tamil Nadu. You know, 1 crore people go to Sabarimala wearing the same black shirt with which they used to abuse Hinduism. Millions of people go to Payani temple. Tamil Nadu has become so theistic. The total number of atheists listed in the 2011 census is 1,279. So you can understand the entire Dravidian ideology is dead. It is only the name, the label that survives.